Hi guys, welcome again for two more classes with me, this hour and the next hour. I can see that this class is full, which is awesome. All the reservations have been used up. Sweet. Now is the time to check. Oh, now it's first. Will be second. We have, so all the reservations have been used up for this class, which is awesome. So all the students who have made reservations for this class, now is the time to join. All right, now first 2 minutes of class get you in, and you get to reserve a spot. Oh my God, I'm gonna go blind. It's so bright. Oh my God, I need a curtain or something. Okay, all right. So welcome everyone. This class and the one after this, I am going to be teaching in a 2-hour block. And we are going to be talking about superstitions. Oh my God. Ooh. If you don't know what superstitions are, that's okay. We are going to learn together in this class. Yasin asked me, what does spamming mean? So before this class started, a whole bunch of you were spamming my chat box. So what does that mean? No, you're like, yeah, we are. Norbert, I can read, okay? Let's flood Hina's chat box. We have 1 hour. Okay, I know.
But
I know what.
nobody was with me.
Nobody was with you. They're like, no, we don't want to bug Hina. Spamming basically means to send junk. All right. So if you guys were like, if you were having a conversation while I wasn't here, and it was just, to like bug everybody else, that's a spam. So when you get junk emails, they go in your spam folder. All right. So spam is basically something that is useless. Spam is also a type of virus. That is absolutely correct. So I can see there are a couple of new students. Ooh, Tifa. Tifa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm good too. There's a noise coming from your microphone, Tifa.
Okay, I'll try to fix it.
Perfect. All right, I'm actually just gonna mute you for right now, and you can try and fix it sounds like somebody's talking, or there's an echo of myself. All right, and also Jorge. Hi, Jorge. Jorge, Mohammed. Hi, guys. Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I am fine.
That's awesome. So looks like class is full.
Can you hear me?
Jorge. Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going? Going good? Okay. I was gonna assume it's going good. All right.
Yes,
so,
I'm pretty good. And you?
I'm good too. So today's class we are going to be talking about superstitions. Sorry, Mohammed? Mohammed, are you talking to us? I'm just gonna mute you because I can hear you talking. I'm not sure if you're talking to us in class, but it's a little distracting. So I've muted you, all right? And I can hear my echo coming from someone's microphone. So if everybody could just keep themselves muted when they're not talking, that would be awesome. Otherwise, there's like some people breathing and like some people eating and cars. So it's kind of distracting. So just keep yourself muted. Otherwise, I'm gonna find you who you are and mute you. Okay. All right. So, welcome everyone. This class is on superstitions. Superstitions, we'll talk about what they are. Actually, let's do that right now. Who can tell me what a superstition is? A superstition.
Wrong believing.
Belief.
Wrong beliefs.
Wrong, okay. A superstition is a belief that has no reasoning or logic. All right? No reasoning or logic. So people believe some things are lucky and some things are unlucky. Some things bring good luck, some things bring bad luck, but there is no reasoning to this. It's not like, this is good luck because, scientifically proven this is what will happen. It's not like that. It's just a belief, right? So it's a belief system that people all over the country, all over the world, they believe in all these superstitions, and there's no basis for them. So no basis. There's no proof. Okay.
Gina.
Yeah. Jorge. Yes.
Do you think that God is a superstition?
Oh, I don't want to. Okay, I don't think so. I don't think God is a superstition. God is more like a belief. Superstitions are a little different. I mean, God is something that exists in a lot of religions, right? So, superstitions do not have to necessarily be religious. They can also be cultural. Okay, so people can believe it because of their culture, not necessarily because of their religion. So, I don't know.
It's oral tradition.
It's an oral tradition, exactly. Oral is something that you say. So superstitions are oral traditions that have been passed on from generation to generation. Oral tradition. Tradition is something that people practice that they have been doing for many years. And oral is what you say. So when you have an oral tradition, it's something that you have been saying, like a story that you pass from one generation to the next. And superstitions are like that. Superstitions have been around for thousands of years, and we don't know why people still believe them. But in today's class, we will be learning about some of the common superstitions that are around and talking about why they exist. All right? So let's start. Let us begin with, so let's start. Let's say our name. Let's say where we're from. And let's say one superstition that we have heard of. Let's talk about if we are superstitious ourselves, okay? So when somebody believes in superstitions, they are superstitious, okay? So are you superstitious? Do you believe in black cats and broken ladders and, Friday the 13th? Do you believe in all of that? So if you do, you are superstitious. If you do not, then you are not superstitious, okay? So let's start. So let's say our name. Let's say where we're from. Say whether or not we're superstitious. And what is one superstition that we have heard of? Okay, it can be common to our country, our city, our culture. Okay, so I'll begin. Welcome everyone. My name is Hina. I can see there is somebody named Ken Burke in the chat who is communicating pretty nicely. So welcome. And welcome everybody who's in class as well. My name is Hina. I am your teacher for this hour. I am from Canada, and I am not superstitious, but I have heard of an Indian superstition. I don't know if you guys know, so it's from India, that you cannot cut your nails on certain days of the week. All right? So if you cut your nail on a Monday or a Thursday or a Friday, then there is some god that you are making angry. All right, so a lot of my friends who I know, they are like, they never cut their nails on certain days of the week because they believe that certain gods will become angry if they do. So that's something that I thought was really interesting. Ken Burke, we can't hear you. All right, so I know that you're asking people in the chat. We can't hear you. You're probably muted, so you need to unmute yourself from the top. Okay? So let's start with Abdullah. Hi again, Abdullah.
Hi. Well, my name is Abdullah. I'm from Germany. I am definitely not superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
And one superstition that I heard of, it's from Turkey. And it is said that it brings what was it? It brings bad luck if you clip your nails during the night.
Every night. It doesn't matter which day of the week.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which day. Yeah.
Okay, so once the sun goes down, you cannot touch your nail. You cannot cut your nails.
Yeah, or whistle at night.
Or whistle. Whistle.
Yeah.
Can you say that? Whistle? Can you say that again?
Whistle?
Whistle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whistle. Perfect. So you cannot whistle at night or cut your nails at night. That's a Turkish superstition. Or is it German?
It's Turkish actually.
Okay. All right. So Imad, can I continue on with you?
Yeah. My name is Imad. I'm from Syria. And there is superstitious that if you count the stars, then you have, let's say, it's kind of the things that appear on the skin. So they ask us not to count the stars on the night because that would cause us to have this.
Your skin peels. Your skin peels off.
Yeah.
Oh, so peel. All right. So peel is when it comes off. So if your skin starts coming off, then you peel it. For example, an apple, when you remove the skin of an apple, you are peeling an apple. So, okay, so in Syria, if you count the stars at night, your skin will start peeling?
It's not exactly like that, but when something appears on your skin, like
like marks and spots.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you were counting the stars. Oh, okay. That's interesting. All right, thanks, Ahmad. A lot of superstitions about nighttime. Ooh, is everybody receiving my
No,
my
it's
message?
server error again.
It's a server error? Okay. All right, guys. Whoever is in the chat, do not leave. If you leave, you cannot come back in. All right? There's a server error on Verbling, and you cannot get back into the class through Verbling. It'll be gone soon, but for right now, let's just use Google Chat, okay? So, hi, guys. I'm in Google Chat. All right. Ahmad, thank you. Thank you, Ahmad. Next, let's move on to Hamid.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Hamid from Turkey. I want to mention one superstition.
Superstition, yes.
Superstition for Turkey. Some people go to famous religious people mausoleum, and they wish marriage success from these famous people.
Okay, so they go for blessings, to ask for blessings.
Yes.
Okay. So that's a superstition that if you do not ask for a blessing from these people, your marriage will be bad.
And especially illiterate people do it.
Okay, all right. So that's a very popular superstition we have I think in a lot of Asian countries as well.
Yes, they are.
If you get married, go ahead.
Especially in the Hindi culture, it's also Hindu. Sorry, Hindu culture. It's nearly the same.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get married, or if you start school, if you buy a car, if you start a new job, you have to go to people who are your elders, okay? So people who are more not educated, but more experienced and older than you, and you have to ask them for their blessing. A blessing is sort of a good wish, all right? So you go to these old people and they're like, I did something, good, give me your blessing. So the old person will be like, I wish you best of luck, and I hope you're happy and you make lots of money. So that is asking for blessing, and the old person gives you their blessing. All right, so to give a blessing. That's how you say this, all right? So you ask for blessing, and you are given a blessing by the person you asked. So it's very common in Turkey. Perfect. Thank you, Hamid. And next we have...
I am not definitely superstitious.
You're not superstitious? Okay, that's awesome. Thanks, Hamid. Even if you are superstitious, I think even if it's within reason, I guess it's okay. Some people go all out, and we'll learn about some of the superstitions that people believe in that are kind of, a little out there. All right, next we have Jorge.
Hi everybody. I'm Jorge. I'm from Peru. Well, I'm not superstition person. But I heard a lot of that. Well, here in Peru, there are a superstition about the salt. So, salt. Yeah.
Salt, yeah.
You can sell salt at night.
You cannot.
Yes, cannot sell salt at night.
Why? What's the superstition? What will happen if you sell salt at night?
Well, it's unlucky, I think.
Oh, it's considered unlucky to sell salt at night? Okay. There's a superstition that has to do with salt here in North America. And it's if something bad, if you say something bad and you don't want it to happen, like if you say, oh, I'm going to fail my exam, and you're like, oh, don't say that. Then you take salt and you throw some salt over your right shoulder. So you go like that. And it's like, don't say that. Okay, now that you've thrown some salt, what you said will not happen. Okay, so that's the superstition with salt that we have here.
Yeah, the same thing.
So salt is lucky.
Yeah, it's not lucky, but if you do that with salt, if by saying something bad, then it's considered to counteract the effect. So what you said that was bad, it won't happen because now you have thrown salt over you. So sure, I guess salt is considered lucky. Right? Yeah, it's different. Superstitions vary from country to country. Perfect. Thank you, Jorge.
Thanks.
Next we have Mohammed. Mohammed, are you there? Can you hear me? No? Okay. All right. So Mohammed, I think, is having technical issues. Mohammed, you need to unmute yourself. All right. Next, let's get Norbert.
Hi, I am Norbert from Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not superstitious, but I remember when I was a child, my father a lot of time knocked on the table or on a wood 3 times after mentioned
bad
something
thing?
what no something what they want to achieve, something
okay.
for the good fortune.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it's like I have never been sick. Knock on wood, right?
Yeah.
So it's like exactly. So if
Yeah.
you say something good, so there's a word to describe this as well. So if you say something that is good that has happened, then you say, "Oh, I don't want to jinx it." All right? Jinx is when you turn a good thing into a bad thing. So for example, you say, "Oh, I have never been sick." All right? And then tomorrow you fall sick. All right? That means that you jinxed your good health. You jinxed your health. All right? So you're saying, "Oh, I've never been sick." And the next day you get exactly. So if you say I've never been sick, then you're like, "Oh, I want to keep it that way. Knock on wood." But if you don't knock on wood and you get sick, then you say that you jinxed the good health. All right?
Hannah, please, can you write it down on the chat box? Because
oh yeah, I wrote it in Verbling chat. I'll write it here.
Is it working? Okay? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Verbling chat is working. Yeah. Okay. So I wrote it. Jinx it. So you jinxed your health. Jinx, Jinx. Perfect. All right. Thanks, Norbert. Next, let's get Shad. Oh, we have Shadi. So Shadi actually has internet issues, but I'm glad he was able to join us.
So, hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. I'm Shadi. I'm the one with the internet connection, but now it's 2 at night, and it's better now at night. The internet.
Welcome, Shadi. Welcome.
Okay, nice to meet you. My name is Shadi. I'm Syrian, and now I'm living in Egypt. And of course, I'm not superstitious. Of course, yeah. I remember about superstitions. Maybe if the shoes are upside down, the bottom of the shoes is over to the sky. It's a kind of sinful. Okay, to some people, it's kind of sinful, and maybe it's true, but I don't think it's sinful, or there is a big problem in this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I believe.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That the shoes should always be placed properly. Like they should not be like back or forth, and you shouldn't flip them over. I've heard that one as well. Awesome. Thank you, Shad. And we actually have somebody else from Syria in our class as well.
Guess who?
So we also have Ahmad. He is also from Syria. So that's awesome. Now I have 2 Syrian students. Yay. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Shadi. And I'm so glad you were able to come to class. Internet issues and everything aside.
Okay, me too.
Next we have Tifa. Tifa?
Yes.
Hi.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Mustafa Muhammad. I'm from Egypt. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not superstitious.
So are there any superstitions you have heard of or that are common in Egypt?
I think common in Egypt, all people, they think they can see through future from reading the cup of coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Wait, wait. Every morning the coffee that I drink is supposed to tell me my future? What?
They think like that.
It's mocha. It's a special type of coffee. Yeah.
Mocha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So coffee mocha. Oh, okay. So your coffee mocha apparently can tell you your future. Tomorrow, my morning drink is going to be a coffee mocha.
Hina,
Yeah, go ahead, Jorge.
in Peru, there are something similar to Egypt because
And in
Okay.
Turkey. And in
yes,
Turkey also.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell us in Peru. What is it, Jorge?
we can see our future in the coca. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
kind of
And
plant.
cocoa. It's called cocoa. Cocoa plant.
No,
No?
coca.
Coca. Okay. All right. So it's not cocoa. It's not where chocolate comes from, right?
No, it's not from chocolate. It's
Okay.
coca.
Coca. Can you type it in the chat what the plant is called? And what about you, Abdullah? What's the belief in Turkey?
It's similar in Egypt. I mean, they think that they foretell everything what they see in the coffee.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. I've heard of like magic balls. You have like the ball that the fortune teller does this over. I've heard of that, but I didn't know that you guys believed it in coffee. That's really cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mustafa. Mohammed, can you hear me now? I can hear you saying that.
Yes.
Hi, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I am Muhammad Saeed. I am from Egypt. I am not superstition.
Superstitious.
People, superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
People here think number 13 is bad luck.
Yeah.
It's so bad luck.
We're going to talk about number 13. Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones all over the world. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If anyone his birthday in
on
13, he's a bad so bad lucky.
Unlucky. He's considered unlucky. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he is an unlucky man.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the 13th number and why it's like that. Perfect. Thank you, Muhammad. And we recently had Cosmo who joined us from China.
Hi, everybody. Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Cosmo?
I'm fine.
Awesome. Do you want to tell us if there are some superstitions in China and if you believe in them?
I think the most superstitious is about the number 4. Number 4 means death, so you'd better avoid use that number.
Oh, okay. So what I have heard is that the word for the number 4 in Mandarin is very similar to the word for death in Mandarin, right?
Yes.
So it's not that 4 means death. It's just that the words are very similar, right?
Yes, they are very similar. Sounds like a die.
Oh, okay. So number 4.
People don't use that.
Mm-hmm. So in China, do you not have the 4th floor in buildings?
Yes, there are 4th floor in China in many buildings.
There are, so it's not like you don't make a building and don't put the number 4 in the elevator. It's not like that.
No.
Okay. With the number 13, in some countries, you do not have a 13th floor. Do you really think that's possible if you have a building with 12 floors? Can it like not have if you have a building with 20 floors, can it not have a 13th floor? Do you think that's possible?
I don't think so. How?
Yeah, exactly. So what they do is the 13th floor, they just call it the 14th floor. So when you say, so in the elevator, it'll be like floors all the way from 1, and then you go up to 10, 11, 12, 14. So you don't call it the 13th floor. You just say it's the 14th floor.
Did you see a building like that?
Yeah. I used to live in Indonesia. So Indonesia is a country in Southeast Asia. And people in Indonesia are very, very superstitious. And in the apartment building that I lived in, there was no 13th floor. So it would be 10, 11, 12, 14. You never had a 13th floor. There was no 13th room number either. So when you got to each floor, it was like rooms. They had 30 rooms, and it was always like 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. So Indonesia, there's a lot of superstition around the number 13, and we're going to look at why. Okay, Perfect. You guys actually covered quite a lot of superstitions that I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about why these are why people believe in them. So Sebas, are you super superstitious? Okay. So what are some other very common ones that you have heard of aside from the ones that you guys mentioned? So we talked about
Mirror.
the mirror. What is it about mirrors?
You will have 7 years unlucky.
Bad luck. Bad luck.
Yeah, bad luck. Yeah. If it's destroyed, or what is that word?
Broken. Yeah. If the mirror is broken and you look at yourself in it and you do not replace it, you do not get rid of it, you will have bad luck for 7 years. Yeah, exactly. And Ahmed is saying that when he was little, he watched a movie about the number 13. What is that movie called? Who has seen this movie? Okay, that movie is called Friday the 13th. And there's a very popular villain, Jason. Has everybody heard of him? Jason? He's the guy, he wears a hockey mask and he kills people. All right. So if you guys want to know more about the 13th and it's bad luck, there's a movie called Friday the 13th. And it's all about, it's not about superstitions, but it's a murder movie, basically. All right. So what we're going to do is, we're going to talk. I have a very interesting article called 10 Common Superstitions, and we are going to read that. All right, and we're going to. So I'm posting it here. So we're going to read it, and we're going to talk about the 10 common superstitions that exist. These are predominantly North American, but I'm sure that people all over the world practice some form of this superstition. Like the thing with the nails. So Abdullah said you can't cut them at night. In Indian culture, you can't cut them on certain days of the week. So stuff like that. The superstitions, they are believed mostly all over the world, but they have different versions. So some country might believe one, the other might believe something else. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll, and this is actually going to answer some of the questions about why are some dates considered unlucky and why some aren't. Yeah.
Can you send us the link, please?
I did. I sent. Okay, I'm gonna post it in Google Chat as well. Okay. Sorry, I posted it in Verbling Chat. Verbling Chat is now working, at least for me. If it's not working for you, then just let me know. I'll post everything in Google Chat too. Okay.
Yeah, Google it on. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just make this a little bigger so we all can see. Okay. So here's.
Okay.
All right. So did you everybody get the link?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, perfect. So let's start. Perfect, so let's start. If you would like to know why you shouldn't walk under a ladder or whether a black cat is really a creature to avoid, read on for a list of the top common superstitions that are still part of our culture and where they came from. Okay? Most of us probably don't even know why we give a shudder when we see a Friday the 13th looming on the calendar, or why we say bless you when someone sneezes. However, many of these and other common superstitions come with a colorful history or story that may date back centuries. Okay? Common superstitions can be described as beliefs that have no rational basis. Right? Some superstitions may just be for fun, while others may affect you deeply, enough to affect your choices in life. Right? None is based in fact, but many have roots deep in tradition and history. Here are the 10 most common in our modern day. Right? So we'll look at some of the 10 most common superstitions. There's a couple of words here that I wanna focus on. Shudder. What is a shudder? Okay. This I have to show you guys. All right. So for example, if you have, oh my God, next week is Friday the 13th. Ooh.
You're shivering?
Yeah, not shivering. It's like, I'm scared, you know?
Okay.
So, for example,
Hina,
yeah?
where is the word shudder?
Shudder? Where is it? It's in the paragraph. We just read it. So let me, I'll highlight it. So look at it on my screen. It's right here. We give a little shudder. Okay, I'll write it here as well. Shudder.
Oh, sorry.
So that's okay. So a shudder is a shiver, but it is not. So when you shiver, this is shivering. Ooh. I'm shivering because I'm cold. You shudder when you're scared. Okay? So for example, when you go to watch a movie with a girl and she's like, oh, I'm so scared. Ah! You know, she is shuddering. She's not shivering. She's not cold, but she's scared. So, for example, if you see that next Friday is 13th, you'll be like, ooh, scary. It's an unlucky date. All right? So, a vibration or a shake basically is a shudder. Shiver is because you are feeling cold. You shudder when you are scared. It's caused by emotion, not really the temperature. All right? Any other words? I mean, this is a pretty simply written article, but if you guys still have any words that you don't know, you're more than welcome to ask. We see Friday the 13th looming on the calendar. Looming. What does that mean? Okay, all right. So I have to explain it to you. So, for example, if you are walking at nighttime, it's really dark, and you're the only person on the street, right? And you're walking, and all of a sudden, there's a shadow on the ground, and that shadow is looming over you. So to loom is a creepy thing when you are coming closer to someone, and it's very like spooky, all right? So to loom over someone, to loom over, all right? To loom over is basically to hover. To hover. Everybody knows what hover is, right? When you fly in an area and you just stay there, okay? So Friday the 13th is considered bad luck. So when you see that Friday the 13th is coming next week, then you say that the bad luck is looming, all right? So it's appearing, it's getting closer. You guys understand what it means to loom? It's a term to describe creepy or scary situations. All right? You guys get it? To loom, looming?
Yeah.
Something is getting closer. All right? So let's read about Friday the 13th. Abdullah, can I get you to read? It's on 2 pages, so you can start here and then we'll continue on the second page. So number 1.
Okay. Yeah. Many of us can't help but get a shiver of trepidation when we realize that a Friday the 13th is lurking within the current month.
Perfect.
Let's
you
go.
can actually change it, change the page. I'm changing it as well. Yeah, and continue reading. Yeah.
Okay. A fear of the number 13 is one of the most common superstitions around, and it's so widespread that many apartments and hotels omit the 13th floor, and some airlines fly without a 13th row. The most popular tale on the origin of this superstition is that Judas was the 13th guest at the Last Supper and Christ was crucified on a Friday. Put it all together and you have one unlucky day of the year.
Perfect. So what are the origins of the number 13 superstition? So what can you tell me? Where does it come from?
It's a religion thing.
It's a religion thing. And what religion does it come from?
It's from the Christianity.
Christianity, exactly. So the belief is that Judas, who was one of the I'm not Christian, so I'm not really too sure, but he was one of the guests at the Last Supper, and because Christ was crucified on a Friday. So Judas, I believe, was, I don't know, I think he was evil. I'm not sure. Is anybody here Christian, right? Was that it, Norbert?
Something like that, but
yeah, something like that.
I don't know the story also.
Yeah, so Judas was something like he was evil and he was conspiring against Christ, and he was the 13th guest at the Last Supper. And pair that with the fact that Christ was crucified. So what does it mean to be crucified? What happened?
They nailed him on a cross.
I think.
On a crucifix. Yeah. Crucifix. Right? Yeah, so if everybody has seen, the symbol of Christianity is Christ. He is pinned on a cross, right? So that cross, it's even though we call it a cross in the common English, it's actually called a crucifix. So a lot of Christians, they hang a crucifix around their neck as a symbol of the fact that they believe in that religion, right? So Friday the 13th, that superstition comes from Christianity, all right? It's so widespread. It's everywhere that many apartments and hotels omit means
To leave out.
exactly. Omit means to leave out, to not include. Okay, so they omit the 13th floor, and some airlines fly without the 13th row. So you'll be like, there'll be no 12, it'll be like row 11, 12, and then 14. They basically just skip over anything that has anything to do with the number 13. Okay?
Can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead, Norbert.
In the first,
Yeah, let me go back to number 1. Yeah, if you
I
guys have
wrote something
any,
in the chat, but it doesn't appear. So get a shiver of trepidation.
Trepidation. Okay. What is, so we already talked about what shiver is, right? So when you shiver, this is what this is what's happening, right? Let me show. So when you're shivering, you're like, "Ooh," right? You're shivering. Like when it's really cold, you shiver, right? Trepidation is fear. So trepidation is like fear that is always present. All right. So if, for example, if you are always scared that Friday the 13th will follow, that the date 13th will fall on Friday, then that's trepidation. That is fear that is always present in you. So when you are shivering with trepidation, you're scared, you're shivering because you're afraid. Okay? So, and same thing as shudder. It was basically a shiver of trepidation can equate to a shudder, which is when you're like, ooh, I'm scared. So Friday the 13th scares a lot of people for some reason, and I guess we can understand its origins. They are in Christianity. All right? Did anybody know that this was the reason that Friday the 13th is considered unlucky?
No. I have heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it has some. Yeah. Go ahead.
I have heard about Tuesday 13.
Tuesday?
Yes.
I actually haven't heard about Tuesday the 13th. I know Friday the 13th is considered unlucky. What have you heard about Tuesday, Jorge?
I think that is the same story.
It's the same story? So Christ was crucified on a Tuesday, not a Friday? Well, yeah, it's like, it's so long ago. It's almost 2,000 years ago. So the history might have, rewritten itself for some of the details. All right? All right, perfect. And Norbert, were you saying something?
Yes, what I wrote that for some people this day means a lucky day, not
Which
an
one?
unlucky.
Friday the 13th?
Yeah, but for example, my mother always say that it's rather a lucky day for her, for example.
Oh, if the date is 13th and the day is a Friday?
Yeah, but maybe she isn't that
superstitious.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, Friday the 13th means that if the date is the 13th and it's on a Friday, that is just absolute bad luck. All right, and sometimes in North America, it's treated like an occasion. So, like Valentine's Day, right? You have all these hearts and chocolates and balloons. If you know that the 13th is going to fall on a Friday in a month, then like shops, they put up like horror things. It's like Halloween. They start treating it like Halloween. All right. So it's a very commonly held belief that 13th and Friday are unlucky. Perfect. Do you guys have any other questions before we move on to our second superstition?
No.
Okay, let's go on to Cosmo. Cosmo, can I get you to read number 2, please?
Okay, there seems to be a lot of variations on this superstition, but the idea of having an itchy palm generally refers to someone who is greedy or has an insatiable desire for money. In Shakespeare's Julius
Julius Caesar.
Brutus states, "Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are
Cassius. Let me tell you, Cassius. Yeah.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm. Some believe that if the right palm itches, you will meet someone new, while an itchy left palm means that money is coming." Others say that an itchy right palm means money coming in, and a left-handed itch foretells money going out.
All right, perfect, awesome. Thank you so much, Cosmo. So,
There one passage left, I think.
Sorry, what did you say? Oh, there's one more. Oh, sorry, I was not reading that. Sorry, go ahead. So number on page 3. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, on page 3 is another one. Go ahead.
According to the superstition, if either of your palms itch, do not scratch it unless you want to counter the effect. The only way to scratch it without countering the effect is to use lucky wood or brass.
Perfect. Thank you, Cosmo. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that this would go on to the next page. So who has heard of this one? Itchy palm. What does it mean to all right? Itchy. What does it mean to be itchy?
It's like this. Like you scratch, you want to scratch your palm.
Exactly. Itchy is to be scratchy. All right. So if your palm is itchy, so if you're like, what does it mean? So based on our paragraph, if your palm is itching, what does it mean?
That you will spend money.
You will spend money. All right. You will spend money, or money will go out. All right. Spending money. Yeah. Go ahead, Jorge.
What is itchy?
Itchy. This is itchy, right? Ooh, itchy. This is itchy. All right. Itchy, scratchy, basically the same thing. Scratchy is like all right. Itchy is when it's just like, ooh, just a little bit. Scratching is like an intenser version of itching. All right. So when you have an itchy palm, it's like, ooh, I want to itch my hand. All right. It feels scratchy. Okay. So
they mentioned Shakespeare's one that it means that you are greedy, or you are you have unstable. You like money, or you want to get money.
Exactly. So Julius Caesar. So this is a very famous play by Shakespeare. Brutus. Brutus is one of the characters, and he says, "Let me tell you, Cassius." Cassius is a very greedy character in the book. You yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm. Condemned is when you are punished. All right. So Brutus says to Cassius, because Cassius is greedy, all he wants is money and power. Brutus said, because you are so greedy, you are going to have an itchy palm. All right. You are always going to be greedy. All right. All right. So let's look at some of the vocabulary. So there seems to be a lot of differences. So this superstition is very different based on your country or your culture, but the idea generally refers to someone who is greedy or has an insatiable desire for money. What does insatiable mean?
Unsaturated.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Some people want more and more.
Yeah, so that cannot be satisfied, okay? So an insatiable is there's no end. It's like, I am greedy, I want money, I want more money, I am never satisfied. I want as much money as I can get, and no amount is enough for me. So when you are insatiable, you cannot be satisfied. Basically, you cannot be happy. All right? So you always want more. All right? So it's usually for people who have an insatiable desire for money, such as in Julius Caesar. Cassius does not want money. He wants power. He wants to be king of the kingdom. All right. So he's very greedy for power. So when you
read the story?
Book? Yeah, Julius Caesar. Yeah, I read it. I had to read it in high school. So I took literature when I was in high school, and this is a very important book that we read in high school as part of literature. Okay. So some believe that if your right palm itches, so if everybody knows what a palm is, right? This is your hand, these are your fingers, this is your thumb, this is your palm. So this part of your hand is called your palm. So when your palm itches, all right? So when your right palm itches, what does that mean? You will meet someone new, all right? So right palm itching is good luck, all right? So right palm is itching, oh, you're going to meet someone new. And when a left palm itches, that means money is coming, meaning more money, you're going to get more money. All right. So an itchy palm is actually considered good luck. All right. It's a different story that people who have itchy palms, some people consider them to be greedy, but some people think that if you have an itchy palm, it's good luck. So if your left palm is itchy, you're gonna get more money. If your right palm is itchy, you're gonna meet someone new. Okay. And another variation is that if your right palm itches, that means money is coming in, and left hand foretells money going out. All right. What does going out mean? That's not the same as spending.
It's
We're going to pay.
You're going to lose money.
Yeah.
Lose money. All right. Yeah. So money going out means you're going to lose it. Whereas if your right palm itches, then money is coming in. You are going to gain it.
Gina,
Yeah.
what is foretells?
Foretell. Okay. Who can tell me what foretell means?
It's a verb?
It's to
Similar
foretell.
to-
Yeah.
It's similar to superstitious, yeah.
To tell the future. Okay.
Foretells tells
Yeah.
previously before in advance. Foretells.
Yeah. Yeah. To tell the future, to tell in advance. So,
Yeah.
for example, it's like, oh, am I going to make money, or am I going to lose money? Oh, my right palm is itching. That means I'm going to make money. Yay! My right palm itching is foretelling the future. So it's telling that in the future, I will have more money, I will make more money. But if my left palm is, it's like, oh, I'm going to lose money. So foretelling, like fortune teller, foretell, it means to tell the future. Understand, Jorge?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Yeah, please ask me any questions or any like vocabulary that you want covered. All right. So if either of your palm itches, do not scratch it unless you want to counter the effect. What does that mean? To counter the effect?
To reverse the myth or
Yeah, perfect. To reverse the effect. All right. So if you believe that an itchy palm is good luck, and if your left palm is itching or your right palm is itching, then it's like, oh, my right palm is itching. That means I'm going to make money. I shouldn't scratch it, because if you scratch it, then what will happen?
You will have the negative effect.
Exactly. So instead of making money, you will lose money. Okay? So countering the effect means going in the opposite direction. So to counter is to reverse. All right?
So there is a solution if your left palm is itchy.
So you scratch it and then no. But this paragraph is only true if you believe that itchy palms are good luck. All right. So if you believe that an itchy palm is good luck and you do not want to change the effect, then you shouldn't scratch it. All right. But if you believe that an itchy palm is bad luck, then this would not apply, because this is only because you don't want to change the good effects. Right? The only way to scratch it without countering the effect is to use lucky wood or brass. Okay, brass is a metal. All right, so a kind of metal that a lot of furniture is made of is brass. Brass is a metal, like silver or nickel. Right? So Norbert, you told me that you had heard of this superstition before.
Yeah, when I was a child, also my mother told me.
She told you, was it good luck or bad luck? What did she tell you?
It was a good luck, I think, and yeah, my mappy was snitching, and I asked my mother what is it mean, and she said something similar.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't know exactly, so she said a lot of things, and I was
She
confused.
made it up. She made it up. You know what that means? Just to make you happy, she made it up. She's like, okay, yeah, this is what it means. You're lucky, Norbert. You're a lucky boy. All right. Thanks, Norbert. Okay, let's read.
Hina,
Yeah, go ahead, Hamid.
I know if your right foot stretches, it means the guest is coming. But if your left foot is stretching, you will go to another place.
Oh, I've heard that as well. Yeah, where my mother had believed that superstition as well. That if your feet, I don't think it was left or right. If your feet are scratchy, if they're itchy, then that means you're going to travel a lot. So there's travel in your future. Okay. Yeah, I think my mother believed that as well. It was like, oh, my foot's scratchy. I'm going somewhere to Europe. Like, okay, as if. All right. Perfect. Thanks, Hamid. So let's get Imad to read number 3. Walking under a ladder, which is considered bad luck.
Okay, walking under a ladder, bad luck. It's common sense to avoid walking under an open ladder for fear of something falling on you. But there are superstitious reasons for doing so as well. Consider the shape of an open ladder, a triangle that signifies life. It's life to some. When you walk through the triangle, you are tempting the
Fates.
fate.
Yeah.
You may also awaken spirits.
Spirits.
Yeah. Spirits that live within the triangle, including evil spirits who may not be happy with the disturbance.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. If you do accidentally walk under a ladder, you can counter the bad luck by placing your thumb between your index and mid finger. Another method is to cross the fingers on both hands to call upon the sign of the cross to protect protect you from evil.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's more to this. No, so that's it. All right. So walking under a ladder. Who has heard of this superstition? Walking under a ladder.
I heard.
Yeah. Okay. What do you believe, Norbert? What do they say will happen walking under a ladder?
I didn't believe in it, but it was a saying. You know, when I was a child, then I heard it.
Okay. Hungary sounds like a very superstitious country. Is it, Norbert?
No. I heard about these things, but we don't believe in it.
Okay, you don't believe in them, but you knew of them.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Has anybody else heard of the walking under a ladder being bad luck?
Yes, I heard, and if I remember truly, it is very common for English people.
Yes, this is probably as big as Friday the 13th in North America, walking under a ladder. So the paragraph is saying that if an open ladder, all right, ladders, an open ladder. What do you think an open ladder means? I mean, yeah.
It should shape the triangle shape.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I'm actually gonna share a picture. They're different kinds of ladders. So this is an open ladder. All right. So when you open it up and you place it like this, all right. All right. This is also an open ladder. Okay. Now you haven't opened it left to right, but it's in use, right? So basically, a ladder that is leaning at an angle. All right. So you see that it's leaning against the wall. This area under the ladder, this forms a triangle. Everybody knows what a triangle is, right? It's a shape.
Yeah.
Okay, a triangle. So this is a triangle, all right? So if this is your ladder and it hangs like this against the wall and it's making a triangle, then that is considered to be an open ladder. So this is an open ladder. So here, 1, 2, 3. It's making a triangle shape. All right? So they're saying that if you have an open ladder and you walk under it, that is considered bad luck. Why? What does the article say? Why is it bad luck? What happens?
Because they're spirits.
Spirits. Yeah. What are spirits?
You are going to wake up.
You're going to wake the spirits up. So what are spirits? Who can define a spirit for me?
The souls.
Yeah, the soul. It's a very religious concept. All right. So it's not the same as a ghost, but a spirit. A ghost is a bad spirit. All right. So a spirit is basically anything that is not living or doesn't have a human form. All right. People who believe in spirits say you cannot see them. So the soul, exactly. So they're saying that when you walk under the triangle, you are tempting the fates. What does tempting the fates mean? Okay. Tempting the fates. What is fate? Fate.
It's a belief.
Strong belief.
Strong belief. Fate is the belief that everything that is going to happen has been written. All right. So a lot of people who believe in religion, they believe in God, right? They're like, okay, everything that is going to happen in my life has already been written. All right. So God has decided what's going to happen in my life, and that is so your destiny. All right. Mine is saying your destiny. Destiny is more like the goal of your life. What are you born to do? That is your destiny. Fate is that everything that is going to happen in my life has been already decided by God or by a higher being that you believe in. All right. So when you are to tempt, what is to tempt? We covered this. Yeah, to evoke. That's a really good way to say it, to evoke. So to tempt is to like be like, oh, I am tempted to steal. I am tempted to steal. Okay, when you want to do something, it's like, ooh, when you want to do something bad. All right. So if there's jewelry lying on the table and I am the only one here and the jewelry belongs to somebody else, I'm like, nobody else is here. If I steal this jewelry, no one will know. So I am tempted to steal it. I am evoked. I'm like, I want to do it, but I should probably stop myself. This is a temptation. So when you tempt fate, you are pushing fate to do something bad. That is the whole concept of superstitions, where like you are tempting fate. You're like, my life has already been written, and all good things and all bad things are written. So if you are doing things that are considered bad, then you are basically saying that the bad things in my life are supposed to happen now. You're tempting fate. All right? Fate is not the same as faith. These are two separate words. Can you guys tell me the difference between fate and faith?
Faith is it's belief, what you believe.
Perfect. Exactly. Faith is belief. All right. So what do I believe in? I have faith in God. All right. Faith in God, meaning I believe in God. Fate, very different. Fate is your destiny. Another way of describing it. Fate is what is going to happen in your life, and it's all completely written out for you. All right. For example, people say it's in my destiny. It's written for me. All right. They're talking about fate. Do you guys understand the difference between fate and faith?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. All right. So you're saying that walking under a ladder, you are tempting your fate, right? You're tempting bad fate. You may awaken spirits. You may wake up spirits that live within the triangle. So if you believe that the triangle is significant of life, so there's life under that triangle, or that triangle is symbolic of a person's life, then all the spirits that live in the triangle, they will wake up. If they're evil spirits, then that is bad fate. All right, you're tempting the fate. You're going to wake up evil spirits, and what will evil spirits do? Okay, what are evil spirits known for doing?
Harm.
Yeah,
They will harm you.
yeah, they may cause harm. When you do harm on someone else, you are causing harm. Okay, so they may cause harm to devil. Exactly, that's a way of saying a devil, or something less intense would be a ghost. All right, so you're going to wake up these spirits, and they will do harm to you. So if you accidentally walk under a ladder, you can counter. So again, what does it mean? Counter the bad luck. What does that mean? We covered it in the early one. To counter something?
To reverse it.
To reverse it. Perfect. So you can reverse the bad luck by placing your thumb between your index and middle finger. All right? Let's do that. Let's learn how to counter the effects. Right? This is what it means, right? This is your index finger, this is your middle finger. So you place your thumb like this. I don't know. Am I doing it right? I don't know. Next time I walk under a ladder, I'll do this, and I'll let you know, if it worked or not. All right? So you can counter the bad luck by placing your thumb between your middle and index finger. You can also make a cross with your hands. All right. So basically, do this. All right. What is this again? This is
Christian.
yeah, it's a Christian. So this is a cross. But if somebody hangs this around their neck, what is it? I mean, you don't have to hang it around your neck. But when you go to a church or when you go to like a Catholic place of worship, there's the cross and Jesus is hanging off of it. What is that called?
Crucifix.
Crucifix. Yeah, exactly.
Crucifix.
So you do this with your hands. This is a cross. But the physical thing, the physical actual item is called a crucifix. All right? You guys understand?
Yep.
Yes? Okay. All right. Awesome. We are actually out of time. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think these superstitions are spooky? Who can tell me what spooky is? Spooky.
Then you write it.
Yeah, I wrote it in the Verbling chat. Spooky. Spooky is when something is like, ooh, it's scary. It's not scary like, oh, I'm so scared, I'm gonna die. Spooky is like, ooh, it's kind of creepy, or eerie. All right. Eerie is like when something is deserted. All right. So if you go to a city and there is nobody in the city, there's just buildings and houses, and there is not a single person in the city, then the atmosphere would be eerie. All right. Eerie is like, ooh, like what's going on here? Where's like, is everybody dead? What's going on? All right. So spooky, creepy, eerie. These are all words that are meant to describe an atmosphere that is uncomfortable or scary. All right. So do you guys think that these superstitions were spooky?
No.
No, I actually thought the last one was pretty spooky. The thing with the crucifix and the triangle and the ladder. It's like, oh my god, all these spirit. I don't believe in any of it, but it was definitely creepy. Horseshoe. Oh, Hamid, so a horseshoe is also a superstition. We'll carry this class on next week. I'll schedule part 2, and then we'll cover the rest of the superstitions that we didn't get to cover in this class. All right. So I'm teaching the next class, which is going to be super fun. I promise. It's a vocabulary class. I hope you guys can join me for that one. All right. I'm going to end broadcast, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, guys.